Welcome back to the Don't Be Sour. I act like we've been gone for a while. This is the first episode I've done in 2 weeks because I did one at David's new house. Didn't wear headphones. I don't like not wearing headphones in these podcasts. I really like.
I don't know what. Why?
Because then you can not. I feel like then it like if I do this, I just feel like I'm talking to you.
That's
right?
what it should feel like.
No, but podcasts are different. Like when we go for a hour-long drive to the beach, like we do all the time, we don't have an hour-long conversation like we do on the podcast.
Whatever.
When you're in podcast,
you think this
mode,
locks you in?
Yes, it's 1,000%. It looks goofy, but it's accepted in the podcast world.
Fair enough.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Max Tuning. We're here with none other than Joe Bop and Boopy.
How's it going, guys?
Still haven't got this sign fixed.
Still have your medical band on?
Yeah.
I feel cool with that?
Well, I can't get it off.
Yeah, that's what I say when I go to like F1. I like leave the things on for like 2 extra weeks. I'm like, I just can't get them off.
I think having your F1 tag and your medical tag.
It's cooler.
You know, speaking of that, dude, we're going to talk about Max updates before we talk about Joe updates.
Give a shout out to the doctor.
I had hernia surgery.
You did?
I had a robot with 3 probes.
It's a robot?
Like gangbang my intestines.
Wait, is it actually like a...
It's
What
called
does a doctor do?
It's called a laparoscopic. Probably sits there with the Apple Vision Pro.
Autopilot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It's called a laparoscopic, hernia surgery. And they basically take... There's 3 incisions. One, it's the center of my belly button, and then one on each side. And they stick little probes down there, and then they can stick the tool in the probe, and they're like fixing it.
A mini surgeon? Mini scalpel? Nano scalpel?
Yeah, and what's crazy is like, dude, I mean, I guess in the medical profession, I guess like everyone's just used to like your junk being out, because even when I had to get my hernia looked at, like it's on my groin, right? But it's not right at the king dingling, right? But when I'm like pulling it down to show them the hernia, I mean, they're basically like, and I'm like, dick's out. And I'm like, I wish I would have known that.
Doctor might be gay.
What?
It's a possibility. I'm gonna have someone else like, I do those surgeries. I never have to do that. Like I leave them up. Yeah, that's wild. All right, anyways.
No, that was just getting it like looked at though. And then I'm like, do you think when I'm on the surgery table, am I just wang out?
Probably. You don't know what they're doing to you.
What if it was chilly in there? I'd be like, this isn't.
What? you gotta wake up. I just gotta let you guys know that it's normally bigger than that. All right. I don't know what y'all saw, but it's cold in here.
But the recovery's going well. We are almost 1 week. When this podcast goes up, I'll be 1 week from surgery.
I saw all the little holes.
Yeah.
Little tape. I mean, small holes. So there's a piece of mesh in there now.
They found a second hernia under my belly button. And when they went in the belly button, they found another one, which we discussed this. We're like, do I get charged for a second hernia repair? Do I get a discount?
Because you didn't approve it.
I didn't approve it.
Did Taylor approve it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Because like they're in there, it's cheaper to do it while they're in there, I assume.
Well, yeah.
But if you didn't approve it, you might be able to argue that.
Have you had a lot of surgeries?
I was just talking to somebody about this. No, I've had one.
I've had
broke the hell out of my foot, and I had to get like screws and plates put in it.
When was that?
It's probably like 14.
I had like a freakishly amount of surgeries in the past like year or so.
Yeah.
And have you gone? So you've gone under with the anesthesia.
I've done that a couple times.
How do you say that word?
Anesthesia.
Anesthesia.
Anesthetic.
Because you're an anesthesiologist and you give
Anesthetic.
No.
I think it is.
You get like what is someone's like? You're about to get anesthesia. Anesthesia. That's not what it is.
It's close enough. Yeah, and then oh God, wisdom teeth. They put you under for that too. Yeah, I got put under for that.
Oh yeah, they do.
I've been under probably like 3 times. I hate it.
You know, sometimes when I go under, I'm like, this. I could. What if I could not come back?
I
wouldn't
seen. There was a documentary at one point. It's very rare. I was going to tell you about this, and then you were like, "Shut the fuck up!" Before your last surgery. There's people that they get put under and then they wake up. But when they wake up, they're like paralyzed. So
can you see his eyes?
They claim that they can feel everything, but they can't move or tell the doctor they're awake. So they just sit there through their surgery, like feeling all the pain, but they can't.
Paralyzed, could you still go?
I don't think so. I think this is like sleep paralysis kind of thing. I think it's very rare, but apparently some people like you could have woken up during your surgery, but not been able to like tell anybody because like they're looking at your wiener, they're not looking at your eyes, so like they don't know what's happening in the situation.
They're like, why is it so small?
Yeah, like no one's looking back at your face. Yeah, I've heard about that happening. That's not cool.
You know, when I got this surgery, I had like Taylor has like a friend who's like a surgeon, and I talked to him about, and he's like, hey, make sure when you get this surgery, like he's like, send me the doctor you're going to get this surgery by, because I need to make sure it's like a good doctor for this, because
you don't want to die.
But here's the thing: how does someone become a good doctor? At some point, they had to be a not good doctor. How do you get the like? How do you become a surgeon and you go for your first operation? And be like, hey, this is my first one. You should be all right though.
I mean, you're an assistant on a bunch of them.
Yeah, but eventually you have to be doing it.
But you probably are like getting your hands. It's like a pilot. Like you go fly with a real pilot, and he lets you take over for a little bit, and then he trains you. And like
it's like sitting on daddy's lap driving the car.
Yeah. I don't think you're ever just like, all right, graduated school, let me go.
Yeah, but at some point,
put some probes in this guy.
You gotta.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you gotta do it for the first time.
That'd be stressful to be. It'd be like the first time wrapping a burrito at Chipotle. Similar levels of stress.
Fuck that up.
Yeah, that's why they rip it all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of like questions they asked me before was if I was an organ donor.
Are you?
Yes, I'm an organ.
I'm not. I think we talked about this before.
Why aren't you an organ donor?
My grandma told me a lot of fucked up things that weren't true.
Right, I remember this.
Yeah, so she told me, she's crazy old lady.
Remind the people.
She told me that if you had the organ donor thing on your card, you're more valuable to the system. Your organs are more valuable to the system than you are. So if you're in a bad car accident and there's like a 50-50 shot they can save you, but you're an organ donor, that potentially they would just let you die because they want to take your organs and sell them. Which I feel like not true, but also like maybe. Like I can see, I don't know. So when I was 16, she told me that, and I was like, oh, okay, so I didn't do it. And then,
so someone out there is going to die because you
or maybe I get saved.
Damn.
Yeah, some quantum shit right there. She also told me it was illegal to drive without shoes on. I believe that.
I've heard that.
That's not a law.
What?
Yeah, you can drive without shoes on. I literally confessed to a cop one time. I was like, he asked me to get out of the car, and I was like, yeah, but like I don't have shoes on. And he was like, okay.
You just unlocked. I didn't tell you. I got pulled over on the way back from Austin. They
pull you out of the car?
Why would they pull me out of the car?
I get pulled out of the car.
No. Listen to this. On the way up there, so when I bought my Jeep 2 years ago, that Grand Cherokee, that fantastic Summit Reserve, it's amazing. I never got the inspection or the registration sticker.
Well, what do you mean you never got it? It comes with your plate.
I never put it on. And for the past,
you got it, you just didn't put it on.
Yeah, but it's been like 2 years.
That's fine.
My car's not why am I telling this on the internet? I don't know.
It's fine.
It's not registered.
Yeah.
And I've been telling Taylor, I'm like, I'm gonna get pulled over at some point. I'm gonna get pulled over. We're coming back from Austin, and and we're like 20 minutes away from the house. And keep in mind, I have to pee real bad, so I was really annoyed when I got pulled over. But a state trooper pulls up a little bit on the left of me.
State troopers are hard to
sits there for a second, and I'm like, why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Slows down, pulls over, pulls me over, and I'm like, oh shit. And I was like, I knew that I was like, okay, this is going to be such a long process because I don't even know where my registration is. I don't even know when. I don't know where my documents are.
Box, but yeah.
So he pulls me over, and he's like, hey, I pulled you over because you have no front license plate and no registration sticker. I'm like, you saw that from your passenger side view mirror? I guess he did.
Pretty obvious, yeah.
But anyway, he gets my license. He goes back. He comes back and he goes, what did he say? He was asking like where we were coming from and stuff. But then I somehow got out of this ticket because of sour strips. He said that his wife,
they can't do that, dude. Mm-mm.
What? He said his wife eats sour strips all the time. He didn't say like you're out of
favoritism. They can't do that.
He said he'd give me warnings. I got warnings. And then he was sitting there and he was asking me how I started the candy brand. And I'm like on the side of the highway right there. And then when I say I'm from Texas, he's like, do you speak Spanish? He starts speaking Spanish to me. I'm like, I don't really speak a lot of Spanish. And then I'm coming back from Austin. He's like, oh, like which way did you come? And asking like, he's like, you probably went down like 69, 50, 54 to 82. And I'm like, what is going on right now? And he was like asking me all those questions. I gave him 2 bags of sour strips.
What was his name?
I'm not going to say his name.
Well, after this, tell me because I think I might know who it is. I know a state trooper in Texas that is knows us.
Taylor thinks that he knew me and just acted like he didn't know me.
Yeah, I bet it might be the same guy. There's a state trooper in Texas that like follows. I know he follows us. He's friends with Matt.
Well, then
he went to school with Matt.
Yeah, Matt reached out to me and said that was his guy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's why. Yeah.
Why didn't he say that he knows me?
Because he probably doesn't want to say. He's probably on camera. They have little body cams. He probably can't because if he got investigated, it'd be a whole thing.
Oh,
yeah,
dang.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Lucky me.
Yeah, that guy let me off too. We're cool.
Okay.
Anyways.
Do you think he watches the podcast?
I don't know. Matt's good friends with him. I had to ask him some cool. When my gun got stolen, that was who I like called to figure out what to do about my gun situation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Still don't have my registration. Did you know
should probably get that.
Did you know you can't get an inspection on your car if it's recently rained because now they do little brake checks in the parking lot?
I don't know, but inspections go away this year.
What?
Yeah, 2025, no more inspections in the state of Texas.
That's stupid.
Oh, it's great. I can run catless as much as I want now.
You know the point of inspections, right? You know,
Just
like,
keep cars safe, but
yeah, to make sure your brakes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you not seen a 2003 Altima with a bumper hanging off doing 180 and like through traffic next year? I don't think it's working. All right. Every day I see Civics fucking slamming into walls and shit. Whatever they're doing is not making any difference in Houston.
Can't laugh the hernia. Dude.
Yeah, Houston is fucking.
Yeah, but
sketch.
They need to make sure that your brakes are working.
They don't care. I'm telling you, I see like two clapped out pickup trucks towing each other with string at 100 miles an hour on the fucking freeway.
I have
no
never
one cares.
in my life seen this shit before I moved to Texas.
Yeah.
Of it'll be a car towing another car.
They're going to Mexico.
But they're just like, it's not on a trailer.
Yeah.
It's just 3 cars towing each other.
They're taking them to, I'm telling you, they take like 20
legal.
cars at a time to Mexico.
Yeah, that can't be legal to tow 2 cars with another car.
You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's Texas, dude. We don't have those crazy laws here.
You know something that I love about Texas that I have to catch myself a lot? The fact that I can drive around in my big Jeep and not worry about getting pulled over because it's a big Jeep with like the tires sticking out. Because in Virginia, I got pulled over. I got like 7 tickets one time because of like your tires can't stick out this much further from your fender. Your bumper height can only be a certain level. But I don't have a front license plate or a registration on the big
inspected?
Jeep. Yeah.
I don't think it should.
Why?
I get nerdy here, but
I have a parking brake.
No. I think your overall width. You're the same width as my Raptor, I think.
Okay.
If you're over, I don't know exactly what it is, but if you're over a certain, the reason that dualies have the lights up on top and the Raptor has lights in the grill is if you're over a certain width, you have to have amber marking lights in your between the 2 tires, so people know it's not 2 motorcycles coming down the freeway. I'm pretty sure your Jeep has to have amber lights in the grill to get inspected.
No one thinks that there's 2 motorcycles coming down the highway.
That's the reason. I don't know. But that's,
wow, they are just going the same speed.
That's why I always get upset when you see like fucking Tacomas with the Raptor lights in the grill. And I'm like, they're not there to look cool. Like even the TRX, they're there because it's too wide. So it has to have amber marking lights. Same reason a dually has them on top.
So you care about amber marking lights, but you don't care about the inspection of
the
cars.
The environment is stupid. I just want to run literally every time I buy a car, my X5M, the RS6, I pull the cats off and I run them catless. And then I have to pay somebody under the table to inspect them because they don't pass emissions. Now when this law goes away, apparently next year there's no more inspect. Now I can run all my cars catless.
But I still have to get registered.
Yeah, you can still get registration. You just pay the registration once a year. There's no more inspection to go with it.
I think that's a net negative for society.
I think it's a positive for everyone involved.
It's only like $10. It's not like it's that
Another
much
good
money.
example. I have my front windshield of my Raptor tinted,
right?
Which is illegal. Not even. It is illegal.
You're outing yourself right now.
Yeah, no one. Anyway,
that cop's watching.
No one's ever going to notice, but at inspection, they probably would notice that it's tinted. So that's another thing where like I can tint the front windshield of my truck and get away with it if there's no inspection.
That's why you go down the street to Joe Bop and Boopy's inspection center.
Okay, but if I can do that, then why the fuck even have it?
Because you're not worried about the safety of your car. You're worried about just having a little extra tint so you can.
I don't think anyone's
they can't
worried about
see
the
up
safety
in
of the
your
car.
windows.
No one getting an inspection is like, I'm worried about my safety. They're all pissed off going there because I have to get the cars inspected to get the registration.
And you know what's even crazier is before I got pulled over, I tried getting an inspection before we left, and I couldn't because it was raining outside.
I didn't know about that. That's yeah.
So the parking lot's wet. What's new with you, dude?
Thing.
Big news. Big news with you.
Maybe. We're not sure yet. I think I'm over living in an apartment. Can we set the record?
I can predict the future.
Can we?
How many podcast episodes did I call?
Can we set the record?
Did I call
straight here that I have moved into an apartment, lived there for 7 months.
Paying how much in rent?
A lot.
$5,500.
And I have not, as far as YouTube knows, I still live in a house. I have not posted a video since I moved. The last time I posted a video, I lived in a fucking house.
And you have half a video filmed, right?
I have like 3 half of videos filmed.
That's 1.5 videos.
I have the 3RS video halfway filmed. I have the Raptor R video halfway filmed, and I have some computer video that I'm never going to launch. So yes, but I'm just like, I didn't think about this till yesterday. Like I have bought 3 new cars and moved across the town. And as far as YouTube's concerned, I still have a yellow fucking truck in Sugarland. And I think I'm just going to wait to make a video till the house is done. And we'll be back.
I'm keeping you relevant in this.
No, you really are.
On the internet.
Oddly enough, though, I still get my stories on Instagram get like 22,000 views. And I don't know how, because I only have 40-something thousand followers.
Well, I think it's because...
That's the equivalent of you getting like 100,000 views per story.
I think it's because every like 17 days, they're like, oh my God.
Maybe. I don't know how that
Sweetie,
happens.
stop talking real fast. Pull the car over. Joe posted a story.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I am looking at building a house. Very close to where you're building a house, but not like too close. Not like oddly close, but close enough that we can hang out. Yeah.
It's like a mile. It's like...
It's a mile, but there's a field.
It's not 1 mile. It's like less than 10 minutes away. It's like 5 minutes away.
It is legitimately like, as the crow flies, 1.3 miles away. It is
What the fuck does that mean?
like straight line. Like if you don't have to worry about roads and shit.
What was that? Is that a saying?
That's a saying, yes.
As the crow flies?
Like the crow can fly over shit. Like on a map, we are I think it's 1.4 miles apart.
Why don't you say as the chickens? Can chickens fly?
Chickens don't fly, dude.
Roosters can fly.
I actually think they can like...
Did you know that chickens are the
Fall with
closest animal relative to a dinosaur?
We did this 2 podcasts ago. You are really running out of content here, dude.
No, I'm just saying.
Anyways, in a straight line, not talking about fucking roads,
Okay.
we are 1.4 miles apart. It's pretty close. I could walk. I could ride my bike.
That's how much I know you like me, because you've mapped out exactly the distance.
No, I was just curious. And they're building a road to make that feasible. But yeah, it's I'm looking at potentially building a custom home.
Why?
A smaller custom home.
Why? I thought renting is so sick.
It is. It is. In this particular area, I have a feeling that property is going to go up because of what's happening. And there's a lot that I can get a good deal on. We know the guy that owns it. We know the builder and everything. And we have all of our own trades. So I can build a house substantially cheaper than anyone else can. So why not?
I'll give you a reason. Have you heard about this thing called 7% mortgage rates?
Yes, but I don't have to take a mortgage until I close on the home, which will be in a year. And hopefully, election year, rates come down a little bit, 6.5, 6.
Is that girl mathing?
I don't have to take a mortgage. No, that is real. I don't have to take a mortgage till the house is done.
You're justifying a high mortgage because in a year it might go down 1%?
Well, I mean, yeah, but also, like, what am I just going to rent for the next 10 years of my life? What if rates don't ever come back down?
You had a house.
I know, but it was fucking falling apart.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I'm not going to say anything on the podcast, but yes, it was.
Because the people that bought it could be
rest their souls. Like, they are living there right now.
Do you think when I go to sell my house, people are going to be like, oh my God, like, that house had so many problems, but like I fixed everything.
There wasn't anything that bad, and we the inspector, there was a full inspection on that house. But like I got out at a good time. That house needed some work, and I was not putting the work into it. This will be a brand new home, a little bit same size, but more yard. Senna can have a yard again. It'll be a good time. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you because this is going to happen like soonsies.
4-car garage, I'm thinking, so I can finally expand. I've only had 2 cars because I never have a place to park anymore.
So now you're going to have to buy 2 more cars.
I'd have to. No, I really want a golf cart. If I move in that neighborhood, I'm getting a golf cart, and I'm going to drive my golf cart to your house.
I see little kids driving around in a golf cart, even in my neighborhood.
You just can't go. You can't go on major roads. In your neighborhood, it's a little sketchy. I think you can get away with it, but like a cop could be an asshole. Out there, you're allowed to drive golf carts on the non-main roads.
How old does your kid have to be for them to be like, "Hey, Dad, I'm going to take the golf cart to Billy's house"? You know, like how old are you? Like, all right, cool.
I can tell you that I was the little snot-nosed kid that had a golf cart when I was little.
That's some bougie shit, dude.
Yeah, well, it was my dad's golf cart, and I just kind of took it. Yeah, I didn't buy it myself. I would say I was probably 10.
Yeah.
When I was just like, didn't even say anything. I just went in the garage, got in there. But we lived out in the country, though. Like, we lived out like even more country than where you're moving, where like there was 10 neighbors in the whole neighborhood and no one ever drove through there. So nowadays, I feel like I wouldn't feel comfortable with that because there's like fucking people everywhere and like someone's gonna nap my kid. Nap my kid. I don't know. Nowadays, I feel like I wouldn't do that. But yeah, when I was like maybe even 8 or 9, I would hop on the golf cart and go.
8 years old, your son, you're like, have fun.
Dude, I used to drive it to Quiznos. As Riverstone was getting built, I used to drive my golf cart like on fucking Highway 6. We got pulled over a couple times. I crossed Highway 6 as like a 12-year-old kid on a golf cart.
Taylor told me she was like staying over at a friend's house when she was like in high school or something and took the parents' golf cart at like 2 a.m. and got pulled over by the cops and her dad
we got pulled over a lot. We never had to get parents involved, but we got pulled over a lot.
When I was a kid, when you said you went far on this golf cart,
Very far.
I used to walk I didn't have a golf cart.
Yeah.
I had a fucking mongoose.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what a
Should've
mongoose?
got a job or something, dude. Could have bought a golf cart.
You know what a mongoose is?
A Huffy?
That thing, a Huffy.
It's a nice bike.
I would walk like miles
Yeah.
with my friends to go to wherever we wanted to go, like the pool at the other neighborhood 3 miles away. And I remember one time I had one of my friends tell me he kind of snitched on his mom, and he basically said that his parents thought that my mom was like a bad parent because she would allow me to go walk, and actually like almost like she didn't care about my safety because she would allow me to go walk. And I'm like,
you got kidnapped. Like, please don't let the last one come back. Like,
and I wanted to be like,
like I'm going for a 30-mile walk. Like, good, go, keep going. Just don't stop. Have fun. No, honestly, same. Matt, my cousin, he's never been on. He's not relevant. But Matt's mom like would not let her hang out. Like she wouldn't let him hang out with me because she thought that like my dad and me were bad influences on him. For a long time, like I would be like, Matt, come over. And he'd be like, yeah, I can't. Like his mom like wouldn't let us hang out for a little bit.
that sounds like some.
Because I was allowed to like I would hop on the golf cart. Like me and my friend would hop on the golf cart with a .22 rifle and just go drive off into the woods and shoot at squirrels and shit. Like there was no parent supervision.
You know what's actually
We had guns at like 12. Like there was no from an outsider it'd be like, what the fuck is going on? But for us it was like, okay.
You know what's even crazier is like when you were a kid, you'd be like, hey, I'm going to my friend's house. I'll be back, in 7 hours. And I didn't have a phone.
No, I know.
I didn't have, there's no.
Bro, you remember going to
The
your
parents would
friend's
be like, all
house?
right.
I remember getting off the school bus, grabbing my bike, riding to Eamon's house that lived down the street. Then I'd knock on the door. Then I don't even know if he's home. Then the mom has to answer. And then I'm like, is Eamon allowed to hang out? Like I had to like ask if he was allowed to come outside. And they're like, no, he's doing homework. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, come back in an hour. And I'm like, all right, and ride my bike back. And then come back an hour later. Like you didn't know.
That's crazy. Yeah, I would go and you'd be like, are they even home?
Yeah. Or on the bus, you would look for the bikes. Like whichever house had all the bikes laying in the driveway, like that's where everyone was hanging out that day. Like if I was the last one off the bus, I would just try to figure out where the bikes were, and then I knew that's where I'm going.
When you went to that house, the kids were like, fuck, Joe's here.
God damn it.
We gotta start
my Huffy.
we gotta put the bikes in the back. What kind of house do you want to build? You said you want to do a one
we're
story.
going back and forth. So it's again, this is all hypothetical. I have a deposit on the lot, but I don't have to do
When would the
anything yet.
decision be final of like it's happening?
I will know by the next time that we do a podcast. I will for sure have a. I would say in the next
I have no one else
in the
to chat
next
with,
2
so.
weeks, I will for sure have either I bought the lot 100% or I'm doing something else. I'm actually going to look at another house today just to make sure I don't want to like buy a house and renovate or something. But
Wait, the one you talking about?
Yeah, I'm just
That's
going to go look
stupid.
at it. I know. I just want to see because it's a little bit nicer lot, but it is a 0.65 acre lot or something. It's a good size.
That's like double what my current lot
Yeah, I mean,
is.
it's big enough to have a big yard and a big pool and stuff, but it's not so much land that I have to like fucking buy a lawnmower and shit. I mean, I
Yeah.
have to have a lawnmower, but it'll probably cost me like $50 a week to
It's
get it
not like-
mowed. You're like, you got a lot of land. Like you're gonna have a fucking.
It's gonna be more than $50. I'm $40 on 0.3 acre.
Okay, I'm just saying it's not gonna be hundreds of dollars to mow the grass. It's at least somewhat
I have
manageable.
1.15 acre.
No, you're gonna have way too much grass, or you got to build a huge house.
AstroTurf and the whole thing.
That's like $1 million in turf. Yeah, I'm thinking one story, like 40, between 4,000 and 4,500 square feet.
Okay.
I keep saying like I want to keep it small, but then I'm like, everyone I tell that to is like, that's a big house. I'm like, no.
My house is 4,600 square feet. And
Yeah,
it's
I guess
big.
that is a big house.
And I'm thinking the new one is going to be, and this is so crazy to say out loud.
Yeah, your house can be giant.
I'm thinking this sounds stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like 6,500 square feet.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah.
But it's not like I don't want any
You're
more.
compensating for something. It's fine. I get it.
I'm thinking of the freaking kids.
You're having 2 kids.
3.
Kids. How do I reach these kids?
I think 3.
You're gonna have 3?
Yeah, so I need a
You might
bed.
want to make sure you can have 1 before you fucking build 7,500 square feet. It's gonna be real awkward. You build this house and you're shooting blanks. Like, all right, well, you have 17 doodles living in this fucking house.
Okay, one story. Obviously, high entryways, so you don't hit.
Yeah,
anything.
I think what I want to do is the problem I'm dealing with. This is probably very boring for people to.
No, it's not. Our audience.
The
is,
problem I'm dealing with is the lot that I want or that I have is between. There's a 5,500 square foot 2-story on my left side and like a 5,000. So I can't build a little dinky house between them because both those houses are huge. So if I go 1 story, I just have to go very high ceiling to make it look like a 2 story. So what I'm thinking is like that kitchen, dining room, living room, like big open with the vaulted ceilings. I think the vaulted ceilings are going to have to be like 18 to 20 feet. So that way from the front of the house, it looks almost like a 2 story. So I'm the same height as the houses next to me because otherwise it's going to look stupid if I have this like little 1 story next to these 2 giant fucking. So I got to play with it a little bit, but if I can keep it 1 story, 1 stories are so much easier, dude.
Yeah.
It's easier to like do renovations, easier to run, like if you want to change out shower stuff, like running pipes and stuff. When all you have above you is attic, it makes life so much easier
Well, no
when you
matter
want to add
what,
speakers or something later on.
Even whether you do 1 story or 2 story, I think the majority of the world can agree that you want the master on the first floor.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I hate when master's on the second floor.
Do they even build houses now where the master's on the second?
My dad's. My
He's
dad's
on the
house is
second?
master's on the second, yeah.
What a fool.
A lot of houses are master on the second.
Oh, no.
Yeah, especially in town. I think out when you have land and you have the space, but the problem is a lot of the time in like Houston or any city, you have to go vertical because the lots are 0.2 acres, 0.1 acres, so you can't really go wide. Also, when you're living in a city, like you don't want to be on the first floor because there's a high probability someone's going to break in.
And if you're on the second floor, you're just...
You have time to react. No one's breaking through the second floor window unless they're fucking Spider-Man. So at least if I hear the window break downstairs, I have time to get my gun. If I living in Houston, I would not. Well, same way, I don't want to live on the first floor in an apartment. Yeah, I would never want to be on the first floor in an apartment.
Considering your gun is on your nightstand, fully loaded, fully cocked.
I'm ready to go. Cocked and loaded. Anyway, yeah, 4,500 square foot, 1 story.
What's like how I said in my house, I'm gonna have.
I have like 4 really, really random things that I want.
That's what I want to know because like I'm gonna put an industrial. It sounds stupid, but an industrial margarita machine built in.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Why?
So when people come over, I can
Max,
make margaritas.
I love you, but just that only is gonna happen like once a month, and you can rent that machine for like $100 a month. I bet the machine costs like 40 grand.
No.
I bet it's expensive.
No. Like brand new, top of the line is like $5 grand.
Okay, but you can rent it for $50, and you're only gonna need it like once a month.
I want margaritas.
And now you have to maintenance this thing. Who's gonna clean it out for you and shit? You're not doing that.
I'm gonna fucking hire your kids to clean my margarita machine, dude.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
little fucker.
What weird things? Oh, let's hear about the cool things you're gonna have that are so much better ideas than my fucking margarita machine.
I'm a simple man.
You're getting no margaritas.
I am a simple man. I will have a blender and I'll make my own fucking
simple
margaritas
man
for
with his
$8.
$400,000 Porsche.
Yeah, I like cars. So I only like have a couple of things. One, I would like glass between my garage and I would like to be able to see in my garage from the house.
I've seen people that have.
I want the office. I want my office touching the garage so I can put glass there. So when I'm sitting at my desk, I can see my car. I know that's stupid, but I feel like
you have to keep your garage real clean.
Yeah.
But you want a 4-car garage.
I don't know. I at the moment the plan that I'm like thinking is a 3-car, and I think 3 is fine. The problem is out there what you don't account for is like I have to have a lawnmower, I have to have yard, I have to have shit.
You're not going to have a lawnmower.
No,
you're going to have a lawn person.
No. Even then I have to have like a blower, and you just need shit, a power washer. I need shit to take care of the house. So a 3-car garage is really still a 2 because you have to put all that shit somewhere. It's not like at the apartment where I have 2 spots, I have 2 spots. At a house, one of your spots is going to be fucking taken over by like stuff.
No.
It is, or you have to go oversized. But I'm just saying on a 3-car garage, that's really 2 cars parked comfortably and then space for something I would like to do is like a small gym in my garage. One of us, we don't both. Now they're going to live so close.
Hearing you say that shit is so crazy, Joe.
It's the fucking TRT. It's got me all pumped up.
5 years ago, if I said one day Joe's going to want to build a home gym in his custom house, you would have bet your life savings that I was wrong.
Or if you do it, I don't have to because I'm only a mile away. Just give me the garage code. I'll just go work out whenever I want.
A crow can fly.
Yeah.
Distance.
Anyways, I would like glass between my thing. I want my laundry room to be accessible from my master closet. I've seen that on a lot of houses recently. Very good idea. So there's a back door in your master closet that goes into, primary closet. You can't say master anymore. Primary
Really?
Yeah. Like my dad's cabinet thing. Like, yeah, we had to change all the plans to say primary now.
So it's a primary bedroom, not a master bedroom?
Because it was called the master bedroom because like slave master, like the guy that owns the plantation was a master.
Okay.
That's where that terminology came from, so they decided to change it.
All
no
right.
one gave a shit, but they changed it anyways. Any really good idea, even if it's like a small little like hobbit door to like have a way to like push your dirty clothes straight into the laundry
Which to
room.
you would be a normal size door.
Anyways, pot filler. That's a big one. I have to have a pot filler.
It's not legalized in Texas yet.
Why not? Oh no, pot filler. The thing over your
I
thing.
think that's so stupid.
You might as well. Why? What's it
Explain
gonna
what
hurt?
a pot filler is.
Pot filler, for you fucking peasants that don't have them.
Who don't have a
I don't
golf
have
cart.
it either. So yeah, you fucking mongoose kids. It is a water spigot above your stove. So when you want to make pasta or something, you put the pot on there and then you just pull it out. And most restaurants have them. Most nice houses nowadays have a pot filler.
Okay.
'Cause it doesn't really cost you anything to put it in. If you do it when you're building the house, it's maybe an extra couple $100 to run the pipes. Very nice feature to have. Sometimes you need to fill up like something bigger than it's going to fit in your sink. Also comes in handy then. Like if you wanted to fill up like a big bucket of water, it's way easier to use a pot filler than just try to like get it into your sink.
Why would you be filling a bucket of water?
Maybe you want fresh water. You want to use your fucking... Well, you're on a well. No, you're not. You're city. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying the pot filler is a nice thing to have. It's not going to cost you a whole lot of money. Most nice houses have them. Get a pot filler.
I will agree that if you have the stove against the wall, pot filler makes sense. But I think I lean more towards this.
Max.
I think the stove goes on the island.
That is stupid.
Because
The sink goes on the island.
No, because then most people hang around the island, right? When you come
So
over.
we all get burnt while we're fucking getting cooked? No.
Burnt while we're getting cooked.
No.
While I'm cooking food, I can chat. What am I going to be washing dishes,
Max,
talking
I'm
to you?
going in and out of houses every day. No one
My house does.
puts the fucking stovetop on the island. It just doesn't happen. It's stupid. And then you don't get a fucking hood. Now you got to have that little pop-up hood thing. It's stupid. You don't want to do that.
As someone who is, I have the little pop-up hood, which first of all is people think is the most futuristic thing, but my friends in high school had it. My mom, his mom had it. I never use the
I had a
vent.
golf cart too.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, nice.
I never use the vent when I'm cooking.
You should.
What are you cooking? I cooked a steak. I've never used the vent.
Okay, I guess maybe
don't
you're
think you need
right.
to use the
I
vent.
think I think the issue is if I'm against the wall, I want the vent because there's a wall and a ceiling right above me, so I don't want it to fucking go up in the ceiling. But if you're in the middle of the room, I guess technically you probably don't need the vent.
Big brain move.
Anyways, pot filler's a big one.
Okay.
If you don't have one, I'll make fun of you at your house. I think that's kind of my only bugaboos, dude. I also want my kitchen to be in line with my living room and TV. I want to be able to see, like, when I have people over, when I have you over, I would like someone to be able to hang out in the living room and I could be in the kitchen. Not me. Some girl could be in the kitchen cooking and like we're still together though. I hate when the kitchen's like separated. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me when the kitchen's off to the left side and the living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It should be one big open.
Yeah, I know what
like,
you're saying, dog.
Yeah,
You don't gotta repeat yourself.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, actually, one more comment on the stove in the middle. I think the biggest reason why I'm such a fan of it, but maybe it'll go away, is because YouTube mode max. I'm like, I ain't ever gonna film me filming myself cleaning dishes, but I will film me cooking food, and I don't want to be against the wall with like the shitty lighting and stuff.
I'm never gonna film. Anyways,
I'm never gonna film.
I'm trying to think. There's another one. Oh, I love the multi-sliding. I know in Texas you're not going to use it. It's too fucking hot here. But I love the like when you have sliding doors and they like all stack up. Like I like being
They
able
go
to
on the
open
wall
like
and stuff?
or even the ones that just like go sideways and just
Yeah.
stack against the wall. I love that, like opening your living room up to like the pool and shit. Like having a big open walkway. Something that I think you're also going to do is like the plan that I'm looking at has a game room, and the game room has an opening door, and then that is all like tile. So eventually, if I ever had a pool, which I always said I'd never have another pool, now I kind of want a pool. You can basically go from the pool to the like pool table and stuff, and you're inside, but it feels like you're outside. I like that. I like that like transitional.
It's like the outside of the club is the inside of the club.
Exactly. So definitely a couple of those big sliding things. That's it.
What's your
I'm
budget?
simple.
What's your budget on this house? Just a couple simple things. Yeah.
I don't know.
How much do you think that your dream house would? And this is a house you said.
So if I keep it closer to 4,000 square feet out there where the land's really cheap and shit, I'm thinking I can get it built for under $1 million. That's the goal. Now that is using like the fact that my dad owns a cabinet company and we have friends that do tile, and that's using all of my connections to try to get that price as low as possible.
That's crazy. Your dad said he would give you and me completely free cabinets for the entire house.
I think I can build a $1.4 million home for one.
And now you're someone that says that you're gonna only
But this
live
is not
here.
my forever home. Yeah. This will not be the forever home.
Why not?
I don't have kids. I'm not married. Like, I feel like I'm going to want to build a house. Like, you're going to build a house with Taylor. I feel like at some point when I get married, I'm going to want to build a house with that person. And this house is just like,
In your
this is
words-
more of a good investment and I can stop paying rent. Like this is a 5-year, because in the next 5 years, y'all don't know where this is, but where we're building, where you're building too, the freeway's coming through there in the next 5 years. There's a 3,000 rooftop master plan community like planned to start next year.
And all those cornfields?
Yeah. So like in the next 5, now they know where we're going to live, dude. Now they know everything.
There's cornfields everywhere.
Anyway, in the next 5 years, like that's big box stores, that's restaurants, that's so like this property, and especially like being the neighborhood I'm in is like country. The neighborhood you're in is like country. Like they're gonna be the only 2 places in that area you can go get land. Like, all the houses are going up are gonna be tiny little cookie cutter fucking. So I'm betting that, 10-20% increase in pricing in that area over the next 5 years, and that's why I'm saying it's like a 5-year house.
If your house is in the middle of like 2 already built houses, they're gonna hate you for that like 12 months your house is getting built. It's gonna be so noisy.
Well, there's some other ones too though. There's one across from me being built. Like that whole cul-de-sac is getting built, but.
Is it bougie of me to want? I'm really trying to find out who owns the lot next to me because I want to buy the lot so that when I build my house, I don't have to deal with them building their house and being like noisy and messing up my view.
If you're real bougie, you buy that lot, rezone it, and build your house in the middle of the 2 lots. Like make it one big lot and then have a big yard left and right.
See, I really want to do that.
2 acres is a lot to take care of, dude.
It'd be like it'd almost be a 2.5 acres.
Yeah, it's like a farm. Like that doesn't sound like much, but when you see 2.5 acres, like that's a lot. Like you need a tractor.
Then you could build like a separated garage or something. Who's here?
I don't know.
Oh, I think it's the cleaners.
Oh,
or it's someone coming to rob all my shit. I don't know. Either way, any like super cool tech stuff you're gonna have in there?
Yeah, we'll go. Controversial.
I'm gonna have Wi-Fi 10,
Wi-Fi 7. I definitely good security, not Simply Safe. We're gonna go real security system.
Dude, they haven't asked me to sponsor in a while, so you can talk whatever you want.
I don't want a movie room.
I want a movie room.
I know you do because your house is gonna be 7,000 fucking square feet. You got extra rooms. You have 3 movie rooms. I'm somebody that like we had a movie room. Like before I moved out of my dad's after high school, he had a nice house. It wasn't huge or anything, but he had a nice house, had a movie room. Even his house right now is a movie room. We always watch TV and movies in the living room because that's where everyone already is. And it's like someone wants to watch a movie, like they just turn it on because someone's still in the kitchen or we're finishing eating. I'm telling you, like we've only used the movie room once in like 2 years. So I think what I'd rather do is put a fucking 85, 90-inch TV in the living room with a full surround sound setup and a nice couch. And like, that's my movie room because I know I'm not going to go to the movie room. Maybe there's an off chance. There's like a Sunday night, like, hey, family movie night, let's go to the movie room. But 99% of the time, I'm just going to watch in the living room anyways. So like, I don't need a whole room.
Having the kitchen right there is pretty nice.
I think I would rather have a really kick-ass game room with like a TV and a pool table and like the Pac-Man machine and all that.
You won't use that room at all.
I think that's like when people come over, we'll use it. But I'll use that more than I use a movie room.
I think you
have a really, really cool living room media setup and you don't need a movie room.
because the living room is going to be like, it's too fancy to.
Max, you're going to put a 17-person movie room in this fucking house with a 20-foot projector, rows of seats and shit. It's going to be you alone with dude watching fucking movies in there.
What do you think? Taylor's dead?
She's going to be doing stuff in the kitchen,
we're gonna have
which is on the other side of the fucking house.
Why is she going to be in the kitchen?
That's where everyone is. Everyone's always in the kitchen. Have you ever been to a house party? Everyone hangs out in the fucking kitchen. The kitchen is the only place everyone
at a
hangs
house
out.
party, we're not watching a movie. That's what I'm saying. If I said, come over and let's watch Dune 2, you want to watch my living room? You want to go upstairs to my fucking sick movie room?
If you have a sick living room, I'm okay with that. Personally, I don't think I need a movie room. I think it's a room that I'm not going to use. But also the plan that I want to build is like 4 bedrooms. What the fuck am I going to do with all these bedrooms? So now I'm trying to like figure out if I can like change the plan up to maybe have 3 bigger bedrooms because I don't need 4. Like I don't even need 3 bedrooms. So the other thing too is I'm building it as an investment, kind of. So like I need to build it not stupid. Like I can't build it like you can build your house exactly how you want it.
Stupid.
I have to build it to make sure in 5 years someone comes and walks it and says, "Oh, why is this 4,500 square foot house only 2 bedrooms?" Fucking Christian.
Yeah.
Like Christian has a 4,300 square foot house with 1 bedroom in it because he knocked down all the fucking walls.
4,300 square feet.
It's 4.
No, it is not.
What do you think it is?
His townhouse?
Yeah.
You think it's almost as big as my house?
Maybe. My old townhouse was 4.
It's in the 3s for sure.
Either way, I'm just saying Christian effectively knocked a bunch of walls down and put an office where now he has no bedrooms.
Yeah,
now he's
true.
a 1-bedroom house for $1 million. I can't do stuff like that. I got to make sure it's at least somewhat so like a family comes in and says, "Wow, this house is awesome. Let's buy it."
I'm never leaving my house.
I will be. I'm fully planning on leaving. But if it's sick enough, maybe I stay.
I'll sell you the lot next to me in a couple years because I'm going to buy it.
I don't want to be your next door neighbor. That's fucking weird.
Why would it be weird?
You know what's weird? So the lot I bought is 3 streets over from my mom. I already think that's weird. I'm already like, we can't see each other. We're on different sides of the neighborhood, but we're in the same gated community.
When I was a kid, everything you wanted to like not get away from family, but it was more like I want to prove that I can flap my wings.
Yeah.
In Texas, it's the opposite, which is really cool that like everyone lives 5 minutes away from their parents.
Well,
is that normal? Or
I live close to my dad right now. I'll be living close to him. Yeah. I mean, I will say that it's probably a huge benefit. Like,
for kids and stuff.
Even me with Senna, like it'd be so nice to like, hey, mom, can you go let Senna out real quick? I'm late at the office or something. Like that's fucking really convenient.
Okay.
So
Joe, you triggered something that I want to see your opinion on. You said I'm going to ask my mom to take the dog out, right?
Hold up, aren't y'all? Where you're building is gonna be really close. And Taylor's parents like 10 minutes down the road.
Yeah, like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they'll Grandma will be watching the kids. It's gonna be nice. Maybe I'm gonna get my mom to move here. I'm gonna move everyone.
Call your mom Gigi?
No, Taylor's mom and grandma mode to like the niece and nephew, and to like dude is Gigi.
Okay.
Which I've never heard before.
No, I think my mom's stepson calls her Gigi.
I would just call mine grandma.
Stepson's kid.
Anyway, one of my neighbors, and this isn't like a positive light. So one of my neighbors, that's like right across the street from me. They're always walking their dog, and I walk dude, twice or three times a day, and I always like run into. Usually it's the wife, and she's walking this dog, and this it's like a little like I don't even know, like a little collie mix. It's really sweet girl, like super calm, quiet, gets along with dude, whatever. But like we like cross paths. We've probably interacted, I don't know, 7 times, 8 times, like running in. We have a quick little like, hey, and the dogs kind of sniff each other's butts, and then we keep on walking, right? Then the other day, she stops me and Taylor, and she's like, hey, I'm going, like me and my husband and my son, we're going to India for a wedding, and it's like a week and a half. Like, can you watch our dog? And like just kind of on the spot. And I'm like, yes, I can. But in my head, I'm like, okay, I know I'm a qualified person to watch someone's dog, but I'm like,
maybe they watch you on YouTube.
Well, what I'm saying is like, is that like, that's kind of crazy to someone that you barely know to
8
be like,
times?
Can you walk my dog?
8 times or like 18 times?
Like 8.
8, and you've lived there for 3 years.
But I
4
think
years?
because they're like, we don't want to board her, but I think that they just see that like I'm really.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
She's like, oh, he's really good with his dog.
Like your dog looks okay. So.
But if I don't know someone like really well, like I don't.
What if that dog like goes crazy?
No,
in your
the
house,
dog.
like,
No, the dog's great. I'm all down to do it, but I'm more like that's crazy that they would trust in a random person so much. I didn't ask about that.
Yeah, I should pay you.
Ooh.
How much you charge to watch a dog? You can't charge somebody to watch a fucking dog.
No. What about the dog food? And I'm like, can the dog go in the car? Can the like when I go to
how long for a week?
Like a week and a half. And I'm like, I need like a list of things. Can the dog can I take it to the office when I go out here? Can I let her run around? She can run away.
My reserve Senna babysitter, but unfortunately for me, every time I'm going somewhere, you're going somewhere as well.
That's true.
The last 3 times that I've needed you to watch my dog, you were also going on the same trip I'm going on. So y'all would watch Senna, but
yeah, Joe.
Like Cayman's, I would have asked y'all to watch her, but y'all went.
We're like best friends. I know. Of course.
I'm just saying you're the backup. My mom's number 1, and then you're number 2. So like a god.
Does your mom even have a dog?
No, that's why it works out really nice because my mom wants a dog, but she doesn't want to take her dog full time. So like Senna's like her dog on the side sometimes. Like she's there right now. She's there for 2 days while I'm doing house stuff.
I was thinking the other day, whenever I'm somewhere, I think I've developed this like relationship or this like when I go anywhere, if it's just me, people always go, where's dude? Where's Taylor? If it's just Taylor, it's where's Max, right? And if it was just dude, they'd be like, what the fuck's going on, right?
Holy shit.
But what's interesting is like I never planned on being the guy that just takes his dog everywhere, but I think I've done it in such a great way that now everywhere I go, like people are like, oh my God, Max brought his fucking dog again. It's like people just assume that where I'm going to be.
There are times it's annoying, but for the most part, you're good. Here's the situation that's annoying.
Say it, because dude's right over here.
Yeah, here it's not even dude's fault. It's not dude's fault. It's Texas's fault. It's Houston's fault.
Okay.
When you're like, hey, let's go grab margaritas tomorrow, and I'm like, all right, and it's 106 degrees outside, and I get to the restaurant and I see dude get out of the car, I immediately know we're sitting outside. I'm gonna sweat my ass off because the dude's here. And in that moment, I'm like, I wish dude wasn't here because I want to go inside. That's happened a couple times where like we've sat outside and it's hot as fuck.
I think it's weird that you don't want to take your dog everywhere.
I mean, I take her a lot of places. I take her to work with me now. She's good. The difference too is like I bought a real man's dog. Unfortunately for me, like, and people are going to argue with this, but Senna's gone through training. Senna's a great dog, but at the end of the day, she's still a Doberman. Mm-hmm. They have a bad rap. People judge them. Senna's the kind of dog, if I'm walking her on the leash, like someone's coming this way, like they'll walk on the other. Like, dude, they're like, oh my God, let me like people get the fuck out of the way when Senna's coming. But she's also just not, she's friendly with, I would say like 70% of dogs. But then I always worry, like, why take that chance with other dogs? Like, Senna's not the dog that you take to the dog park. I don't think any Doberman is the dog you take to the dog park.
Like, when Christian comes here or like Christian comes over, or I go to Christian's office and Nala's there, his husky. Yeah. I'm like, oh, Nala's here. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, because he didn't take her everywhere. Well, he used to.
But like, for me, if I go anywhere, people are just like, oh, yeah, of course.
I think you have a dog you can do that with too, though. Like, Ava's a dog that you can do that with.
I think I've mastered having like a dog sidekick.
Yeah. I think if dude was a Doberman, you probably wouldn't take him as many places as you take him now.
I will never have a dog that is not a doodle. Period. Ever. Ever.
Okay.
You got something to say about that?
I don't really like doodles. I like dude. Dude's great. I like dude because he has like some color to him. I don't like the ones that are like white, like the like tear thing going on and stuff. I don't like that.
Yeah, we lean away from like the white faced dogs just because they get so dirty and then like they
eyes stain and stuff.
David and Julia can listen to this and be like, what the fuck are you saying about Rolo? What are you saying about Rolo?
Look, I love David and Julia, but Senna and Rolo have beef, and Rolo might be on the spectrum.
Your dog...
My man will kill himself to catch that ball. You could throw that ball into oncoming traffic, and Rolo would have no doubt in his mind that he's going to go get that ball. And the fucking like that dog... Literally every time I went to the house to like fucking watch a movie, that dog just brings you his ball and you throw it, and like for 3 fucking hours, it just keeps doing it.
Yeah.
It's not. It can't be fun at this point. It's like we're doing the same fucking loop over and over again. I'm sure David and Julia are like, cool, thanks.
Let's switch gears a little bit, Joe.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on in tech world right now.
Is there?
First up, the DOJ, which is
Department of Joe.
And what are you fuckers doing?
I don't know right now. Aren't they doing an investigation?
They're suing Apple.
Oh, I didn't even know. I saw an article about this. No, I saw they
filed the lawsuit
unrelated,
like yesterday.
But the SEC is doing an investigation into Ethereum, I think.
They better not.
No, they are. Dude, ETH was down like 6% yesterday.
I know, and it fucking...
I sold at $4,000. I told you on the boat in the Caymans, I'm selling, you should sell. And you were like, no, I'm going to make gains, diamond hands, and now you're down again. Now it's at like 3,300.
My portfolio in a couple years is going to be... a movie that people are going to see.
Yeah,
they're going to be like, oh my God, you were down that... Like if I told the world how much my portfolio was down...
Are you still back to up or are you down again?
I keep fluctuating. Now I'm like...
I'm right on that line.
I'm on the tip. But I don't
know why they're doing an investigation, but I saw the other day they're doing like a probe into Ethereum or something. There's some... Or maybe it's the new securities. Or I don't know. Anyways, back to DOJ, Apple, what happened?
Ethereum's going to 10,000 for sure.
Okay.
And I'll sell at $10,000.
Okay.
I'll get out at 10,000.
I got out at 4 and I'm happy. So keep going.
Joe made $200.
Yeah, I only had like 3 of them, but yeah, go.
The DOJ is suing Apple because they're saying that Apple has a monopoly on...
Based on what?
They're basically saying that because they had this ecosystem, kind of paraphrasing, but like that, because they have they have a monopoly on the phone market that like...
No, they don't.
That's what I'm saying. No one's like forcing you to buy a fucking iPhone.
I could see like consumer protection. I can see that if you got your first iPhone, you don't want to leave the ecosystem. But that's not.
But I think that's what they're trying to say is that like they're like, oh, if you want an Apple Watch, you have to get an iPhone, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or like if you have an iPad.
Okay. If I buy a fucking Sony lens, I have to own a Sony camera to put the lens on. That's not fucking Sony's fault.
You can get an adapter.
I'm just saying, like I think it's
stupid.
Yeah, that's a very stupid.
And my stock went down. I'm really pissed because.
And also, I'm like, Apple doesn't even. So in the U.S., we talked about this too, but in the U.S., iPhone is king. Outside of the U.S., the iPhone is like 30%. It's not even half.
Yeah, I think
I don't know how you can claim it's a monopoly. Well, I guess the DOJ is in the U.S. They're just saying in the U.S., but it's not globally. It's not a monopoly. There are way more Androids in the world than there are Sony or Apples.
I think this might be a stretch, but I think they're even saying that like because of the monopoly they have, that like people like this. I think this is some Twitter shit I read that like they're saying that like a part of their case is that people are basically getting like attacked and made fun of if you don't have an iPhone.
Yeah, I hope they do. My cousin has an Android, and I talk shit to him all day. I'm not even fucking with you. I send my cousin blurry pictures on a daily basis, and he's always like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I send it on my Android." Like all the time, I fuck with this dude because he has an Android.
You know what's crazy is Taylor's parents have Androids, which I'm really trying to get them iPhones.
Yeah.
But we have this giant group chat with the whole family. But I didn't know that on my computer when I'm doing text, I can't even see the group chat at all because they have Android. I can't access.
Oh, you can turn that on. It's a setting, but yeah. You can allow yourself to send text messages from your MacBook, but it's an extra thing.
Because when I get like a verification code,
you can turn that on.
Oh,
I got you when we leave here. Yeah, I definitely think that Android's the cheap phone. Let's put it this way: not all iPhone owners have golf carts, but all golf cart owners have iPhones. 100%. There's not a golf cart kid in the world that has a fucking Android. Promise you that. It's a nicer, I don't know. I'm not going to go there. You can go back and forth all fucking day. That's stupid. I don't think it's a monopoly. I get it. I did see that people complain that like because it's a monopoly that Apple doesn't really have to update stuff. So like we keep buying, like we get the same, I guess like the innovation year over year with the iPhone is less than any other company because you're forced. Like you're going to buy the new iPhone no matter what.
We need to explain to people if they don't understand like what that even means. Like if a company has a monopoly, they're basically just saying that they have so much power that they can control the entire market because of how big and popular they are, and they think that that's not fair to the people.
Pretty much.
Which I think is stupid.
I mean, it's all consumer protection law bullshit, but I get it, but also whatever.
Stupid.
I don't think they're going to win that one.
Okay. What do you think about this next case? TikTok is in the heated thing.
Max. Nothing
would make you happier.
Would make me happier than TikTok getting fucking banned. Nothing. I will donate money to Congress to get rid of TikTok. I just want to watch world burn sometimes, all right? I would love to watch all these fucking TikTok kids that never spread themselves on other platforms and shit. Just go from making like 10 grand a week to just having to go work at McDonald's again.
Why would you hope that on people?
Because they're fucking idiots. They don't do anything. They have no talent. They don't do shit. It is not. You'll never convince me that TikTok is the equivalent. Like, I think that if you're a YouTuber with a good channel and you make good content, that's cool. No TikToker's cool. I don't care. You're not. You didn't do anything, dude. You post some viral shit with some mindless kids doing this all day. I hate short form content.
I really do.
It's not. And I get it. Like, kids are stupider. They can't understand long form. They have to go with the short form. Like, I get the market's there. But like, no, TikTok can burn in hell for all I care. Well, it's gone.
I guess what happened is like the bill got signed that now TikTok has 6 months for the parent company, which is
ByteDance. ByteDance has to sell it. They're owned by
in 6
CCP.
months. And if they don't, it'll just get banned.
Same way good old PH got banned in Texas. I don't know if you noticed that yet. You have a fiance, so you don't probably use that site much, but
What is PH?
Ends in hub. Starts with a P.
Oh.
You can't go to it anymore. Try to go to it on your phone. It's not true.
Joe's like, I have mine on a favorite.
I have a bookmark. Yeah, it got fucking blocked in Texas now.
Cornhoob is...
you got to use a VPN if you
now
want
people are going to have to go to OnlyFans. They're going to have to pay for it.
Nah, there's other options, dude. We got all the crazier ones. Like X-Hamster. That's a good replacement.
Tub Girl.
To what?
Tub Girl.
FarmersOnly.com.
Mr. Hands.
Not that one.
Not.
You don't want to watch that one.
Not that one.
Yeah. Texas passed some law, I guess, that they want like age verification or something.
Okay.
Saying that there's too much like underage stuff going on the website.
Don't you like how websites? It's like, are you under? It's like put it in your birthday to make sure you're 18. It's like my birthday 1964.
Yeah, Texas passed a new law where like if it's adult content, the website is liable now. So if a kid got on that website and their parent saw it, technically the parent could sue. It opens the door up for like lawsuits and shit that they don't want to do. So instead of fixing the issue, PH was like, so now if you go to in Texas, it'll just say like you're in Texas, you can't view our website.
When I was a kid, I had to do a report, and I went to whitehouse.com, and turns out whitehouse.com is not the same as whitehouse.gov.
What's whitehouse.com?
Well, back in the day, it was corn. It
really?
Huh. Can you believe the White House didn't buy a whitehouse.com?
like sourstrips.com. Like, how the fuck did someone not buy that?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, that also happened in tech.
Okay,
tech
but
I'm assuming that's what happens with TikTok too. It will come off the app. So here's what happens, right? Apple, which I think they're changing, but iOS, you can't really run unsigned apps right now. I think they're trying to fix that. So in the future, on an iPhone, you'll be able to go to like a website and download an app from a website without going to the App Store. That's a big argument that people have against Apple.
Wait,
is
say that
Apple
again?
controls. So on an Android, you can install apps from anywhere. So you can go on an Android, go to a Sour Strips website, and right there we could say, hey, we have an Android app, and you click a button and it downloads from that website. And you
Well,
never
they're trying
went to
to
the Play
regulate
Store.
to make sure that they're real,
Yes,
right?
but then also Apple takes their fucking cut, and they have this 10%, which like Epic, the reason Fortnite's not on iPhones anymore is because Epic doesn't want to pay Apple, and they got this big fucking heads-on bullshit, and they got kicked
How
off the App
dare
Store.
a company that charge money for apps that are on their phone?
Well, it's in the Epic case, it was that Apple. So Apple takes, I want to say it's like 5% of all in-app purchases. So Epic got around that by saying you can buy stuff on the like store on the web browser, and then it comes into the app because they don't want to pay Apple a percentage. Every time you buy a skin, Apple makes a percentage. And then they got around it, and then Apple kicked them off. So Fortnite's not, you can't play Fortnite on iPhone for the last couple of years.
Damn it.
Yeah. Anyways, that's why that whole unsigned. So that is part of this private monopoly thing they're trying to argue against, is that like run unsigned code on the.
Okay. Do you think they actually could delete TikTok?
Okay, well, anyway, back that's what I was getting to. So since I can't run an app from anywhere, if they just took TikTok off of
Couldn't you just go
the App Store-
TikTok.com?
Yeah, but I can't go to the App Store. And I'm assuming TikTok.com would probably be blocked as well. You have to use a VPN. So you would no longer have access to the app, and you would probably have to use a VPN to even get to the website.
Ain't the kids ain't
The average
down-
mind behind TikTok is not figuring that one out. So they're just, that's the end. It's gonna be crazy watching all these fucking 18-year-old broccoli hair kids move to China so they can continue their TikTok. Like, that'll be nuts. Corn's gonna move to China. Corn's the only TikToker I like, to be fair. He's cool. You're cool with me.
Cornelius Masterson. Go check him out on TikTok.
You got to check him out. But everyone else, nah.
Do you think that it'll actually get banned?
No, I think a U.S. company will buy it. I honestly think that Congress is in on this, and they're going to force ByteDance to sell it. Because, like, dude, I bet like 70% of TikTok is U.S. Like, majority of their
How
money
much would a company need to buy it for? Like, what is it?
Well, if they're forced to buy it, you can buy it cheap. If ByteDance has no option but to sell it,
Do you want to buy it? Let's go in.
I don't think we have enough money for that. But like someone like Mark Zuckerberg or somebody can probably fucking buy it.
And then what will they do with it?
Just keep it the same way. Because nothing about the app needs to change. It just needs to, ownership has to change. They don't want the Communist Chinese Party to have any say, Chinese Communist Party, to have any say in what's going on in that app or data or anything. Facebook could buy TikTok and then continue operations like nothing ever happened.
If you were a betting man,
That's what happens here.
so you think TikTok is
Because if it gets banned, I mean, their value, you got to think, I'm pulling these numbers out of my ass, but you got to think that more than half of TikTok users and ad money and stuff is from the United States. It might be more like 80%. So if it gets banned in the US, like TikTok's not going to be worth anything. Like they can sell right now and make a fuck ton of money, or they say, fuck it, we're going to hold on to this. And now you're effectively only an app that can be used in China, which I'm sure is still a lot of money, but not anywhere near.
Do you think
what
there's
the
any
US market is.
legal things that, like, if they're just like, we don't want to sell it, is there any other option of like, we can do something so we can get out of this?
I don't think so. Because I mean, it's the U.S. government. They can do whatever the fuck they want. It'll be interesting. I mean, you just have to start using VPNs and stuff. At that point, though, so what other probably happens here is if TikTok gets banned in the U.S., Instagram or somebody is just going to replicate all the other features from TikTok and bring it out on their own. You'll either see a new platform in the U.S. or Instagram will just absorb TikTok.
If TikTok got banned, I would get my fiance back during movies and stuff.
A lot of parents would be stoked. I mean, if you see like the people that are mad about it are the fucking people that are using it, and then like normal people are like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but recently, I think Taylor, who is a TikTok advocate, loves that fucking app, can just sit for months and scroll, which is great because then I can play like Resident Evil and stuff, and she's just like, she's like, yeah, I can just scroll for like 7 hours. She was saying, so one of the giant music companies, they pulled their licensing. I think it was Universal Music Group or something.
Probably, yeah.
They pulled their music license. So like, I'm going to use a random percentage, but like 90% of all the songs just got muted, deleted. All of the videos that I've already posted have used all these songs, which is a shit ton of a catalog. Are
TikTok?
are just muted.
Yeah.
If you go to my page of all my TikToks, 50% of them are like no sound at all. And now all the audio is just some random shitty
Well, and
audio.
I bet you're going to see advertisers start pulling back too. Like big U.S. companies that have been putting a lot of money into doing ads on TikTok are probably going to stop
Oh my God, dude.
because they don't want to be involved anyways.
Technology is getting wild.
The problem is the more that the U.S. investigates, I think the more they're going to find there's some shady shit going on at TikTok anyways. Because ByteDance has always said, like, we don't sell your data, we don't do anything. But it's like they don't really have an option. Like CCP is in control of everything.
Do you want to know what's, I want to get your thoughts on this. When you said sell your information, so you know how like it happens to everyone. You get emails of something and you're like, I've never gone to like fireplaces.com or something. And like you start getting ads and emails and you're like unsubscribing from all these fucking companies and you don't really think anything of it, right? You're just like, okay, unsubscribe. Like someone sold my data to someone. So I'm shutting down Everforward and I'm like, oh, I want to port all of the Everforward customers like emails into Sour Strips. But I'm like, I can't do that because that's illegal. But I'm like, everyone else is doing it. But I'm such a good guy that I'm not going to do it. Because if someone got an email from Sour Strips, like I didn't sign up for Sour Strips, but wait a second, I signed up for Everforward. Here's my lawyer.
It's a gray area. I mean, so
I'm not doing it, by the way.
It depends. It depends if on the EF newsletter you had any kind of disclaimer. If you didn't, then technically it's open game. If you had on that newsletter, we will not sell your data for blah, 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 blah. Like now you're in like a legal gray area. But if you never had that on that website, I don't actually think it's illegal to share emails, especially between your own companies.
I'm so much of a pussy. I'm afraid to do anything that'll get me in trouble.
It's like solicitation is not illegal, right?
Like prostitution?
No, but when you were a kid, you get random fucking letters in your mail all the time.
I still get
people
that.
walk by and like put shit in your mailbox. Like you're allowed. So I mean, technically, there's nothing illegal about blasting emails to random email addresses. I think the issue is if you say we're not selling your data, and then you take that and go sell it somewhere. Now you're in like a firestorm. No one is ever getting fucking arrested because they ported a newsletter list from. That's the other thing too. Like you could technically go on Google and type in like customer newsletter CSVs, and I guarantee you there's leaked fucking CSVs. Like the PlayStation leak where all those accounts got leaked. All of that's public data. You can go pull all those email addresses and just shove it into your newsletter list.
Our newsletter just goes from 150,000 to
PlayStation
17
got hacked
million.
When they got the credit card fraud thing. They got hacked a couple years ago, and all of the emails and shit got fucking and passwords. Everything got leaked, and like that's still floating around on the web. You can download a CSV of all those accounts, take all those emails, put them in Mailchimp, and start blasting emails.
You know what's crazy about some email shit that I've been doing recently? I have been, we've talked a lot about the Chat GPT.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing it in real time of how this is going to replace like copywriters' jobs because I am using it.
Emails?
I don't have it do my emails, but like if I need to send an email to whether it be a retailer, distributor, whatever, and I'm like, because I think I'm really good at typing like, I've always been good at like bullshitting papers. Like, and I would just make I can make a paragraph paper back in school into like a 2-page, right? And I'd use a lot of big words and I've always been good at that. So I've been good at writing emails, but what I've learned is like, you can go to Chat GPT and type in 3 sentences of basically what you're trying to get across in this email, and it will make the most professional like thing ever. If I've had to do like, whether it be like job hiring, like post descriptions, I'm like, I need to like create a job posting for this role. Here's the 3 things I want it to do. And it'll just be like in 2 seconds, just and you can just copy and paste. And it's like, what the fuck?
That is, you won't understand this, but I use Copilot, which is...
I've heard of that. Yeah,
so Copilot, which it was just a Microsoft tool that worked in VS Code. GitHub, Microsoft. Basically, it was like a code AI companion. So as you're writing, we have IntelliSense. So like if you, at the top of your file, say variable name is equal to max. And then later on, you're like typing
people,
something.
Joe.
I know. Anyway, it's basically a heightened version of IntelliSense uses AI, and it keeps getting better and better. I started using that a year ago, and like recently, I don't really write a whole lot of code anymore. I write comments and a couple lines, and it just fucking goes. And most of it is right. You have to tweak it a little bit, but like I would say 80% of the code that I used to write is now just automatically spit on the page for me, and I just go tweak out a couple things. My day-to-day writing code has gotten much easier with ChatGPT.
Wait. I'm having you for the new Sour Strips product that's coming out. I'm having you redesign the website, and you're just going to plug it into a little website.
Well,
Joe's like, no, I'm going to custom do that one for you.
That mostly is more of a JavaScript thing, which we're not going to use a lot of.
You're backpedaling now.
No, I'm saying like on like doing UI and stuff like that, I really don't use AI because we have to design it, we have to get you to prove it. All that's still human. But yeah, eventually, I'm sure that will make its way into Figma and fucking Shopify and all that shit. It already is. Shopify does all the product descriptions and stuff with AI now.
Is Figma like Ligma?
What's Ligma?
Ligma balls. Whoa, got him. But this AI shit, I'm starting to use it a lot more for the podcast. If people don't realize.
Yeah, I can tell. Have you read our the timestamps are terrible.
Read the description. Like,
not even the description, just look at the timestamps. We'll be talking for like 30 minutes about like a politician thing, and the fucking the little label or whatever.
Yeah,
it'll be like wearing helmets. And we didn't even like. There's nothing about that in there.
Look, I don't double check what it says. I just
can
assume
tell.
it's right.
There's like black gaps in here all the time and
no,
shit.
there's this website called Podium.
Yeah.
And I take the audio from this podcast, upload it. It will give me chapters, timestamps, keywords, descriptions, titles, and it has a chat GPT built into it that you can just basically ask it prompts based on just that file. AI is taking over the goddamn world, Joe. Like, this podcast takes me 15 minutes start to finish to completely edit. And the people that were charging I actually convinced my brother, I don't know if this is bad or good, but I'm like, he was paying people like $1,500, $2,000 a month to edit his couple of podcasts. And I'm like, Chase, I'm going to send you a video of me editing this. And if you give it like 2 weeks for you to learn, you can edit these podcasts in 10 minutes. And he's starting to do it now.
Some dude in the Philippines is pissed.
But I'm just saying, like,
some dude's losing a lot.
This
is
why you got to adapt, and it's not like me. Like, it's like, why would I pay someone?
Well, it's like, how many of those guys were using it? How many people were you paying $1,000 to that were using that shit? Or I saw for a while, before it was like common knowledge, I saw a bunch of YouTubers, I think even Christian at one point, was paying people to like turn his YouTube video into short form with captions, not aware that like there's apps where you just give it the video and it cuts it and puts the captions.
Opus.io
he's
or
paying
something.
people like a couple $100 a video to put captions on the videos. I'm like, that guy's just hitting the fucking app button and charging you $300. Like,
what do you think? I have I won't say his name, I won't put him out there, but I have a friend, we'll say, that I'm kind of like, dude, like, hey, what's been going on? Like, what's been going on with work? And he's like, oh, like, great. Like, I pay. So basically that exact same thing. You would pay him, be like, to take your videos and make short form content. Yeah. But what he wasn't even using AI. So if you were paying him $100 a video, $250 a video, he told me, he's like, yeah, this other guy told me about this company in the Philippines that I pay them $20 and they will do all of that work for me.
That's fine.
And then I think there's morality.
He's a middleman. That's fine.
But then why don't
you were doing clothing?
You wouldn't,
how many companies, you don't deal with the fucking manufacturers. You pay a guy in the middle and he does the designs and he sends it off to there and he gets the clothing.
That's
same shit.
not the no.
It's the same shit.
No.
Yeah. Same with building a house. We ain't fucking building a house. We're taking other people. We're paying them, and then you money. It's just
but that's expected. If I'm like, Joe, build me a website, and you go, okay, and then you take all of the money.
Are you making candy?
No, I don't have a manufacturing plant here.
You're the middleman.
No, you're pulling at straws.
I'm not.
You're pulling at straws.
Right. I got to pay you to get the candy. You're not fucking making the candy.
I don't want to have an extruder machine.
This guy doesn't want to have to edit. He still wants to make money. This is. No one's going to care besides maybe you. I have actually, not that I make videos, but when I do make a comeback, and it'll be a glorious fucking comeback. It'll be huge.
You're going to Suna it.
What's that?
The AI video thing coming out. Sora.
No, I think I like Premiere again. I think I might be an Adobe Premiere guy.
I know we talk about topics all the time that people are like, I
guarantee people right now are like, oh fuck, yeah, let's talk about it.
No one wants to hear about Premiere.
They know, dude. They know it's good.
You're so flip flop. You're like apartment house. No,
okay,
and then you're like,
house.
And then you're like Premiere, Final Cut, DaVinci.
I left Premiere 4 years ago. Never went back. I fucking hate Premiere. But recently, I started playing with it, and it's not bad.
Premiere is a video editing program. If you don't know that,
everyone knows that, Max.
No one.
It's like now I've come to realize that nowadays, like all kids care about is content creation.
No.
Like shit that I thought was cool 5 years ago, where like I would text you, like, you see this new update with this plugin, and you'd be like, what the fuck? Like now, that's everyone all the time. Like I bet half the people know what Real Smart Motion Blur is, which like no one knew what the fuck that
RSMB?
is. Everyone knows RSMB now.
You know what's actually wild though? Like I'll get comments a lot. Like when I'm posting, editing up this podcast, new video tomorrow, I will have people on a regular basis, like every time I post, go, hey, what editing program do you use? Yeah. When the editing program is right there. And in my head, I'm like, okay, maybe they don't know Premiere. But also I'm like, I'm sure there's a bunch of shitty ass companies that have editing software. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, if you're even remotely into editing at all, asking a question, what editing program, like there's only 2 or 3.
Trying to learn, dude.
That'd be like, what drone do you have? Be like, DJI.
No, there's other ones.
No one cares about any other drone. It's
That's
like
how I feel about the iPhone.
yeah,
I don't care about any other phones.
but it's wild. Like that, I don't know that a lot of
I think that all the time when we're at the gym, and it's like I will see people that I know don't give a fuck about cameras. We'll have like an FX3 with a 1635 and a fucking Rode mic on top. And I'm like, that's a $10,000 camera setup. And I know for a fact 3 years ago, you didn't even know what the fuck that was. Like, I'm just saying, we've been into cameras and shit for a very long time. Now it's like common. Like, I see everyone has a $3,000 Sony with a lens setup and everything. I'm like, this
Joe. Will you agree?
They made so much money off of like content creators.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like no one was buying DSLR. Like, besides wedding filming people, like no one bought cameras 10 years ago.
You know what's wild? I think that Christian Guzman is actually, he is someone that is so big into content creation that I think he actually knows the least about camera.
100%. He has no clue.
Like if you're like, Christian, what are the 3 things you change on a camera to like alter like?
He might know that, but yeah, no, he has. Yeah, no. His guy gives him his.
I think he's just like lower f-stop means blurry.
Yeah.
Okay. Low ISO's good.
Well, did you see? So Sony came out with that little like, I think the one that David's been using, like the little A7S. It's like the tiny body. It's made for content creators, and they actually in that camera instead of aperture, there's blurriness. Like there's a slide. I swear to God, like there's a option for like blurry background or not blurry. Like don't even tell aperture. Fuck that. These kids can't figure that out. Just blurry or not blurry. Crazy, dude. Now everyone's a tech guy or tech girl.
What's the other kind of tech shit? Oh, I've been seeing a bunch of Cybertrucks out. Now that they're out,
there's a satin black one in my building, and it looks pretty good in satin black.
I think the majority of people, at least from my responses on my stuff, hate it.
It's very lame. It's not. It's cool. It was just so overhyped. Do you know how much they're selling for?
Do you think that's what Henry Ford thought when he
Do you
came
know
out
how
with
much
the
they're
car?
selling for?
Oh, like $100,000 over.
Yeah. But like,
So they're like 100
if you got
grand.
a first edition tri-motor, I think one sold at auction for $254. Like sold, not listed. Like someone bought it for $254,000.
Did Shawley buy a Cybertruck?
No, one of his employees did, and I think he sold it for like $140,000 or whatever. And he bought it. It was like the cheaper one too. The highest, and it's probably dead now because as they ship them out, no one cares. But I think the highest one that went, someone paid $250 for a fucking Cybertruck. Maybe it was like Whistle and Diesel or something. I can see if you're a content creator and you needed the first one, like maybe.
I've seen one. I haven't like peered. I haven't like experienced it. Like I haven't ridden in one, been inside.
same.
But when I went to Miami, there was one at the Valet, so I got to kind of see it up close.
Yeah.
It's definitely goofy.
The problem too is like when they first came out with the prototype, they were huge. They were F-250 sized and they looked badass. And in actuality, they're not that big. Like they're actually closer, I think, to like a Tacoma. Like it's a lot smaller than my Raptor is.
Why do you think they went with such like the sharp angles?
I think he wanted that as Elon's. Same
I don't
reason he
know
made his
how I
rocket
feel.
pointy.
I look at the Cybertruck and I go, it's unique for sure.
It jumps the ball forward though because you ever watch like Blade Runner?
I'm aware of it.
Point
Ryan
is,
Gosling,
like
right?
all of like the future dystopian movies
Look like that.
always have shit that looks like that, even like Cyberpunk game and stuff. But like in reality, like we just keep getting these egg-shaped fucking cars, and like we keep getting like lamer and lame. So I kind of appreciate that
Every
this went
car-
so far that way.
Yeah.
That now it kind of sets the precedence for other companies to like, all right, let's embrace that like futuristic.
I think in 10 years, every SUV is either going to look like a Cadillac or they're all the
That's gonna be the Tesla.
all the mid-size SUVs are pretty much, they all are trying to replicate Range Rovers and freaking BMW X5.
So something that doesn't
My Grand
matter-
Cherokee looks like a Range Rover.
Something that doesn't, and I've always wondered this because I'm like, why? Like Tesla doesn't have an engine, right? Just a bunch of batteries under. There's nothing in the front. That's why you have a front and a trunk. And I've always wondered, you can make that thing look any way because you're not constrained. Other cars, like, all right, the engine's this size, you have to make the hood this size and everything else. Tesla could look like anything, and it still looks like a fucking minivan, the Model X.
With the Falcon doors?
Yeah. I'm still like, that thing, it looks like, why does that not look like a Urus or look like a Range Rover? Or like, it could have looked like anything, and instead y'all chose a minivan. Same with Mercedes, same with all these companies. And it's the problem is when you're in electric, which every car is going to go, all they really care about is range. And the biggest thing for range is drag coefficient. And that's why all electric cars kind of look like the same egg-shaped, bubbly-looking cars, because that's how you get the drag coefficient as low as you can. So as we move that way, all cars are at some point getting. That's why I have like the new Mercedes. Everything's so rounded now. It's like every car kind of looks like a little minivan because they're trying to get the drag coefficient as low as possible. So unfortunately, I think if anything, all cars are going to look more like the Model X or a Model S than it will.
Do you think
a Lamborghini?
Do you think the future is the direction of the Cybertruck in terms of cars?
No, I think it's like the Model X.
Oh. Are you going to get one?
No. I'll do so. I mean, Porsche has the EV Macan coming out. I would do them. If I had to go electric, I think I would do. Honestly, I'd do a pickup truck. I think a pickup truck makes the most sense to be electric.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, because you have the most area for batteries. So if anything, like
what's the number one purpose for a truck? What's the number one?
Hauling stuff.
Hauling stuff.
Yeah, and electric
when you
can do that
haul
fine.
stuff, do most people haul stuff short distances around town?
With pickup trucks, yes.
No, I think you're doing long distance.
I'm not talking about dualies. I'm talking about like an F-150. Most people are not driving 800 miles in an F-150 every fucking day. They're driving to work and they throw shit in the back of it. I'm just saying I think a truck makes the most sense to be. Like the Lightning, although very lame.
What the fuck is Lightning
the
McQueen?
F-150 electric one. So you have a big frunk on a truck, which is actually kind of usable because it's huge. And then the range isn't that bad. Actually, you might, maybe the Cybertruck is I think a pickup truck is the best case for an electric car, actually.
Do you think the Cybertruck is to cars as what the Apple Vision Pro is to VR?
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Do you regret selling your Apple VR headset?
No.
No?
I haven't even thought about it. It'll be cool someday, but not now.
Shit's crazy out there, dude.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to cut you off here, but I have an appointment with a realtor coming up real soon here. So.
Oh, you have to go?
Kind of.
You have to shut
the. It's already been an hour. This has went by fast.
I had other stuff I wanted to talk.
I got 5 minutes. What you got?
Okay, I'll give you a really important topic.
Speed topic, dude.
This is a really good one.
Yeah.
Here's the scenario.
Okay.
When you're at a place and you go into a single stall bathroom where like the whole bathroom is one door.
Yeah.
You go in, it's
Okay.
locked, right?
Chipotle.
You go in. Okay, yeah. You go in there. No, Chipotle's kind of nicer. You go in there, and let's just say there's piss all over the seat, all over the floor, whatever. And you just need to pee. You do your business. Now, when you go out, and if someone's coming in, like, I always stress
tell them?
that I'm like that wasn't me. Should you clean up the other person's pee?
No, I'm not going to clean it up, but I will tell people, this happens to me all the time at my apartment because apparently older dogs or little dogs just pee in the fucking elevator. I would say twice a week I get in the elevator with Senna and there's fucking dog piss in the elevator. I don't understand it. I don't know why people don't clean it up.
Is it
crazy.
your dog?
No, and literally when I get off, there'll be someone waiting to get in the elevator. And I'm always like, that wasn't her. I'm very like, don't blame that because they're going to think that Senna peed on the fucking elevator, but it's not her pee. It's a different dog's pee.
Well, the reason I experience this is when I go to Alpha Land,
the bathrooms.
all the bathrooms. But I'm like, first of all, what are people just going like unzipping their little wieners and closing their eyes and just like, I'm like, how are you?
I don't know.
How is it all over the floor?
I don't know if they're cleaning less. I don't know.
No, this isn't to downplay.
No. But I will say that like I have membership at like Lifetime and stuff, and like Alpha Land's bathrooms are not even like I'm not saying dirty, just like
people don't
like smell. I don't know what it is about Alpha Land, but like the bathrooms are always just like terrible.
Yeah, but I think it's the people. It's not. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying.
You can only you can't clean it
I'm not
after
blaming
every
it on
single
them.
person.
I'm just saying like there's a correlation with the clientele at Alpha Land and the bathrooms being gross.
But
there's piss everywhere.
Someone had to be the first person to do all of that and then finish and go.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. This is fine.
Maybe they're on the phone or something. I don't know. I've never understood that. I'm the kind of guy, like if I pee at someone's house, even my own house, and like a little bit gets on the lid, like I'm get a little piece of toilet paper and wipe the lid off them.
Yeah, Joe.
Because I don't lift the lid. You lift the lid?
I lift the lid.
Do you? You're just saying that because do you really?
Wait, Joe, you're trying to act like a good person because you wipe your pee off of the
my
seat?
fucking house, yeah.
No, I'm saying like of course you should wipe the pee
I
off.
do. I'm just saying I feel like a lot of guys, like I didn't, when we used to live together, if I peed on my lid, like I'll clean it later. I don't care.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like a little drop, I'm not like going out of my way to clean it. No.
You just leave it on there?
Yeah.
Because then.
Because I'm pee again later. I'll hit it again. Don't worry. I don't know. I mean, now that you say that, I thought I was a good guy for like.
No, that's just called normal decency. Like that's what.
Well, people were lacking that at Alpha Land, apparently.
Joe's like, yeah, and sometimes if I'm taking a shit and I get some on the floor, I pick it up because I'm just a good guy.
I can't stand that. I don't understand how it happens. I actually, in the Caymans, we were about to get on jet skis, and I was
poop
like,
on the jet ski?
No, I was like, I have to pee. And Wendy,
go in the ocean.
That's what I said. I'm like, I'm gonna run in the ocean real quick. And Wendy, my dad's wife, was like, no, Joe, like there's a bathroom right there. Just go to the bathroom. And I was like, no, I'm gonna pee in the ocean. She's like, no, trust me, it's right there. Like, just go. And I'm like, okay, but I didn't wear shoes. And think about it, because I was on the beach, so I didn't put my shoes back on. So I run over to the bathroom, and there's fucking pee everywhere on the floor in the bathroom. And now my bare feet are standing in someone else's pee, and I'm like gagging.
It's sterile.
Bad. I relate because I literally the whole time I was like, how the fuck does this even happen? Like, how did you get to the urinal and then pee 4 feet that way on the floor? Like, I don't understand
I think it's weird.
And then I have someone else's pee all over my feet.
I can't believe people don't pee in the ocean.
I normally would. Do you poop in the ocean?
No, I don't poop in the ocean.
I mean, you might as well. I don't, but I mean, like, I could see the argument for it.
It's like a giant bidet.
I mean, the fish are shitting in the ocean.
That's true. Why do you think it's so salty? Whale semen.
But by that argument, dude shits in the yard, so
Yeah, he's fertilizing. And in my new house, I'm gonna have to have a septic tank in my yard. And Joe says that the sprinklers from the septic tank squirt poop water on my yard. And you're serious?
No, I'm being dead serious. Yeah. There's two options. So you with a septic tank. I don't know why I know things about septic tanks, but with a septic tank, you have leach lines. So
you really
that
do know.
is once septic tank overflows, it goes into these pipes, and the pipes have little holes cut in, and it goes under the soil, and it fertilizes the soil underneath. Well, in your county, apparently, like a couple months ago, they changed the law. So now, if you're under 2 acres, you can't use leach lines anymore. You have to use this new system.
So if I got to buy the lot next to me.
If you're under 2 acres, I believe you have to use the other version where it has little sprinkler heads that pop up and like spray it on the yard. Now you could have it do it at fucking 2 a.m.
What if there's a mix up in the pipes and I'm like, oh, I need to water the yard?
No, it happens automatic, and it only happens when it overflows. So this isn't like it happens every fucking night. This is just like when it gets too full and it needs to get rid of some.
Well,
because you have a truck come pump it every once in a while. So when your septic is full,
I have to
you
have
somebody
truck
come. Yeah,
pump my poop.
You picked the wrong neighborhood. My neighborhood 1 mile away has sewer, so I don't have to worry about this.
What if the septic tank has to go right under where I asked Taylor to marry me? That's pretty shitty.
There's definitely going to be some law because you have a lake there. There's got to be some law where the septic has to be X amount of feet away from that water source. So you may not be able to put it all the way in the back. It may have to be somewhere a little bit more forward. I don't know. I'm not an expert on shit.
I'm going to have my little son come in. Daddy, I'm covered in poo. What happened? Oh, damn it. Let me.
It's in fucking Joe Dirt.
I got the poo on me. Yeah. I'm new.
Yeah, you're going to have a $4 million house covered in shit. So congratulations, dude.
Oh, that's a good spot to end this episode. Yeah. I'll see you again next week. I got no one to talk to.
We're doing next week? We should get community topics. Y'all should comment what you want the topics to be on the next one.
I tried that once and no one commented.
No, they will.
No one gets to the end.
They don't listen to you. They'll listen to me.
We got to get your dad on the podcast.
He's dying to come on here, dude. I don't think I want to be on here with him. I think I'm going to let him do it.
You think he'll just make fun of you?
I think I'd have to because otherwise people would be like, why the fuck is this? Like, what's happening? So I think it'd make more sense with all three of us. But I think he's going to fuck me up, dude. I'm worried about
Joe's dad is Joe, but like with more wisdom and more money.
Yeah, and he has no problem. Like, we talk shit to each other nonstop.
Yeah, he's the exact same.
I'm kind of worried that like he's going to go at me and I can't. Yeah, I mean, he was the kind of dude like, I'd be like 13 and he'd like hit me with your mom jokes and like they were real though.
Like, that's your... Shut up, son.
Yeah. Like, oh, sorry, I was too busy fucking your mom last night. I'm just like... I really can't say anything about this, so I'm just going to let it go. Yeah.
That's what I tell dude all the
time. It would be a good one, but I don't know if I want to be on it, but fuck it. We could do it. He would do next week. He's dying to come on.
We could learn how to build wood
You could ask him, because in the Caymans, he fucking claims you asked him he could build a rocking chair. I know for a fact this man has never built any fucking rocking chair in his life, and he claims that it'd be easy and he could do it first try, no problem. And I don't think he could. But
leave a comment down below if you want to get Senior Bop and Boopy on here. I would put Joe's social media down in the description, but there'd be no point in clicking.
No,
on
you should. I got a video coming.
No, you don't.
No, it's in the process of being worked on.
All right,
I'm in planning phases. I write the script.
How about you bet me money?
Bro, what if dude just like attacked you right now?
You hear that shit? All right. That will wrap up this episode number 78 of Don't Be Sour Show. New episodes every Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Unless you don't get one, if you're on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Give us a 5-star review if on any sort of podcast streaming service. Don't know what it does, but I think it helps. Thank you so much for tuning in. Eat more sour strips and...
Ever forward.
Oh my God, you got it right.
Now this company doesn't exist. That's all you got.
Next Sunday we're launching the backpacks, and then I'm out. I'm so happy I'm out of clothing. Oh my gosh. Just candy the moon. Sourstrips.com, baby.